Sitting okay? Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Amritangamaya Avir Maedhi Rudra Jatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace. Verse number 14 will start. So the other day we are reading Jivan Mukti Gita, the song of the soul who is free while in the living body, while in the body. So which Jivan Mukta last two verses we read? Atman and Guru, they all are one. Because Atman is Chaitanya, Sarup, the essential nature is consciousness. And Guru is also pure. There is no distinction between them. They are detached from the world, therefore he who knows this, that they are all same and they are living in the cosmic consciousness, unattached to anything, that person is called Jivan Mukta, was the 12th verse. 13th verse told us that in the thought, in the mind, thinking holds spiritual illumination according to Vedantic processing, comes in the cogitation in the mind. Mind is the greatest tool there. In the mind only, repeated analysis and repeated thinking. In the mind, we do think that everything is, whatever we think, it is only the tool is the mind. So, that mind, which repeated thinking makes a person realize the Atman, the self. Using their mind in such a way, continuously, giving him the idea of this analysis. Mind can analyze, it is good, it is bad. So taking that tool in the hand, one can attain the Atman in his own self. So it is said, Garbha dhyanena pashyanti jnaninang manauchyate. That is called the mind. Mind is such of a jnani, mind of ordinary people is different, but mind of a jnani or a knower of truth will be like what he does. Na garbha dhyanena pashyanti. He looks what is inside, meditating on the inner self gradually, and afterwards that mind which is meditating on the innermost self gets totally dissolved in that truth, ultimately. One whose mind have dissolved into the truth which is within, that person is called the Jivan Mukta, liberated while being. Now we are reading verse number 14 today. Urdham dhyanena pashyanti, urdham dhyanena pashyanti, vijnanam mana uchyate, vijnanam mana uchyate. Abar, say everyone. Urdham dhyanena pashyanti. Urdham dhyanena pashyanti. Vijnanam manauchyate. Vijnanam manauchyate. Shunyam layancha vilayang. Shunyam layancha vilayang. Jivan Mukta Sauchyate. Jivan Mukta Sauchyate. A beautiful verse which says that who dhyanena, by meditating. Dhyana means meditation, dhyanena means by meditation. What he does? Urdhang pashyanti, that which is above, that which is beyond name and form, that it is being creation and the duality in which we see the world. But one who sees in meditation, urdhang pashyanti, as something in the highs, in the higher region it remains, so who sees that things of this Supreme Self, that is not in the mundane level of Jagaran, Swapna, Susupti, not in the level of the gross universe, subtle universe or causal universe, beyond that, the three states. That means who gets absorbed in that samadhi and finds that his vision goes up. What is the difference between a person of samadhi and we? Why not give it a little stronger? Not too much, but because my voice is... So when one thinks of the Paramatman, the Supreme Self, which is beyond the three worlds of our existence, this gross, subtle and causal, who by meditation sees that Paramatman like infinite space, and meaning in Samadhi attain a vision in the outlook of the highest truth. And this mind at that point becomes converted. It is called the Vijnanam. That mind, Vijnanam Manauchyate. That mind is called mind, Vijnana mind. Vijnana mind, you know, now we are hearing Vijnana every time with Medhananda Swami, no? So that Vijnana mind, which mind? That's a mind. Yes, that is a mind, pure mind. That mind is the Vijnana mind. You cannot say nothing, but you can say there is some mind through which you see the duality. Not duality like us, but you see the reality, only one reality, Brahman. There is nothing other than Satchidananda. Satchidananda and Satchidananda, nothing else. So that mind, which, how it comes? By constant meditation, upon which other verses, going deep inside the Panchakoshas, no? We discussed the other day, penetrating the five koshas, going to the core of it, which is Satchidananda. And here he says, by that mind can transcend, that's why it gets a higher boosting above the world of our reality. So he's saying two ways. One is inside here, and that mind is gradually becoming a pure mind, and that mind becoming a Vijnana mind. When it goes that way, goes high up and see that beyond all relation, all duality, that reality, and that reality here, that is a Vijnana. That person is a Vijnana person. So, and that place is Shunyam. There all the duality vanishes. That is in the Samadhi state. Layancha vilayam. Shunyam, that mind becomes void. Here comes the Buddhistic idea of void theory, Shunyavad. That mind becomes void and merges, mind becomes mana amana bhavanti. There you can say mind does become amana, beyond mind. Mind becomes beyond mind. Meaning, what is the function of mind? Mind always have creating vacillation. This, that, this, that, this, that. But this is a state when mind enters into a realm where all this vacillation stops. And if vacillation stops, we cannot say it is a mind then. It becomes Vijnana. And that Vijnana means what? There's Sunna. There's nothing of this relative understanding, relative life, and therefore it merges into that Brahman. And that state is the state of a Jivan Mukta. When he comes down, he remains in that state of mind. We cannot conceive that state because we always live under the spell of the mind with this relative level, vacillating mind. But when by constant practice of meditation, dhanena urdhang pashyanti, when they see something which is above, that mind, that means we have to train our mind. We can train our mind to become a Vijnani mind. We can train our mind to think ugly, unholy, distracting, more distracting and tamasa and dull, callous, brutal. We can create that mind. People create their mind by cultivating that type of thoughts, ideas, actions. But these Jivan Muktas, they cultivate in such a way to go beyond and beyond. And as he goes beyond, it's higher and higher. That's why Ramakrishna said, mind was soaring high and higher and higher and higher. The experience going from lower level to the higher level to the higher level. That means mind is going from one level to the other level. One idea was the correct idea. No, this is correct, that is correct, and vacillating and traveling, it is becoming confirmed. No, truth is this, truth is this, truth is this, and go to a point where it merges and cannot say it is truth, it is not truth, it is a reality, it is not reality. The duality, the word stop. So what will you say? What is that state? It is called the Shunna state, void. Where Swami Vivekananda sang that song, that in Samadhi, all this duality, the sun, moon, stars and galaxies, visible universe is just disappearing, and then all are one by one going away, no? And last remains the ego. I. And that I conception is also vacillating and going away. Then what remains? Shunna. In Shunna, in the void, it merges into the void. But that is called the Purna in Vedanta, and that is called the Brahman, that is called the Atman. It's a very high level of state. After attaining that state, you can come down, then you are Jivan Mukta. We only read simply, it is much deeper study, that it takes life after life, so many years of spiritual practice. Shunnang layan dhyane urdhang dhyanena pashyanti. By dhyana, not 1 day, 2 days meditation, but continuously reflecting on this spiritual truth, urdham, which is beyond the transcendental realm of duality, and going there, gradually mind is sunnam, is becoming almost, mind is losing itself. Mind is losing its own characteristic. And then he reaches a point which is only Vijnana state, a state of perfect union with the divine, and reaching that state, when he comes down, is called Jivan Mukta. That is the state he loses himself. Shunna. Swamiji said, Shunne milailo. In the void, everything that was there, meaningless existence, disappeared. And that state, it is a void then, whatever. Abang manaso gocharam. It cannot be expressed by any word or speech or any expression. And that is the state called Vijnana state. And that, when you come down from the state of Vijnana, then we can Jivan Mukta Sauchate. It's very deep, whole life's practice, no? It seems in 2 lines they are talking about the Jivan Mukta state. And we also think that Jivan Mukta is only saying everything is Vijnana, does not mean anything. If you say everything is God, there was a statement contradictory. Swami, Mary, hell. Mary, Swami Vivekananda wrote a poem. Sister, you misunderstood me. Everything is not God. It is a state. That's a high state. People will make a mistake. That is state of long meditation. Garbhodhyanena. Meditate on the 5 self, day and night, day and night, day and night. Not the body, not the mind, all the kosas. Penetrate into that and enter into the realm of that Satchidananda Atman, na? Panchakoshati tattva. This way and that way, transcend this gross, subtle, causal. Let your mind, flickering mind, get steady and penetrate into that level, which attains the state called Vijnana. And that Vijnana becomes then Ajnana to Jnana to Vijnana. And Vijnana state can be experienced when they touch that ground and come back and see the whole world. Then the seat is all full of consciousness, all full of joy, full of blessings. And what is that? There is no many. But they see the diversity because they are in the body, mind level again. But when mind merges into that, that is the Sunna, the void, entering into the void. Swamiji said, void entering into the void. So it is a serious practice. You cannot intellectually grasp a little bit, but his experience is totally different. He becomes full of joy. He sees nothing but the self. He has no action, he has no reaction. Like we are reading the Bharat, his state. He is in the Vijnana state. He lives in the world, but he is totally detached. He is experiencing that type of inner joy, inner peace, unparalleled inner peace. Whatever the external situation coming, that's the proof. It's not saying will do, but you have to prove by your life that it is Jivan. Jivan, while in breathing, Mukta means free. Free in this sense of mind, do not bother. Our mind creates all trouble, no? There is nothing, we create, our mind creates fear. That's why even Vedanta says that abhaye bhayadarshanam. What a funny thing. Brahman, God, is abhaya, fearless, where there is beyond all fear. And when we think about Brahman, Atman, we get frightened. Oh my God, what will happen to me? If I think I am infinite, then I will be lost. I will die. This petty I will die. Yes, this petty I will die. But you will not die. Your pettiness will die. And you will remain in its own glory. Petty I, we are frightened to lose our petty I. Let the pettiness go, but I remain. What is the problem in that? Petty I is what? I am this, I am that, this is my qualification, this is my health condition, this is my monetary condition, this is my age condition, this is my body weight, this is my disease, this is my this. This petty I, if it drops away, then what will remain? The real I will remain. So it is a charming thing, it is a joyful thing. But Ete Upanishad says, Abhaye Bhaya Darshanam. We are so much such a fool that we are frightened in that reality where there is no fear but only fearlessness. In the fearlessness we see the fear. That's because simply because of the mind. This ignorant mind creating all types of doubt, confusion, fear, and reappearance of new thing which is not there. Avarana and Vikshep, two types of thing is created. It's covering the truth and creating new ideas, new thing. Here is only Satchidananda, but creating the idea, the creation has come. Terrible things are happening in the world. To us, it is true. It is happening because I live in the level of the mind. I live in the level of the mind and body and emotion and ego. But those sadhakas who are day and night dhyanena pashyanti, by meditating continuously on the self, effulgent self, jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuya sagum, I am jyoti, I am of the nature of light and effulgence. Viraja, virepta of all rajas, vipapma, freed from all sin and ignorance. Vipapma bhuya sagum, let me be like that. I am that, I am that, I am that. Thinking day and night, meditating. So that's why it is said, ashupte amrite kalang nayad vedantu chintaya. It's not fun. Only talking something or 5 minutes thinking I am Atman will do. Ashupte, get up from the morning until you doze off into the sleep, bed. Ashupte, that time, every day, say I am Atman, I am pure, I am Atman, I am not the body, not the mind. I live in the world of duality, I am not. It is my mind, not me the mind. I am pure mind, I am pure Vijnana. Talking like that day and night to remind ourselves. That takes ashupte, and scripture says amrite. How long we shall have to practice? I am Vedantist for 5 years. I am doing Vedanta for 50 years. Matters little. Amrite, till you go in, your body is put into the cremation ground. When you drop, last breath, continuously you should think, I am Atman, I am Brahman. That's why Jivan Mukti we read very easily, but to attain that, you have to pay the price of it. When you get a good thing, everyone likes to get a good item, no? But who wants to pay the price of it? So this is one indicative line that they dhyaneno and vijnanam, they reach a point which is vijnanam mana, that mind is called vijnana mana. Mind becomes vijnana, and that state sunnam, that state nullifies everything of the creation. Shunya means not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. So if you reject everything, naturally what will you say? In this room, if you reject everything, then what you will say? Take out the photos, take out the pews, take out the lamp, take out the table, take out the chair. And if you do that, ultimately, what you say? Oh, the room is now void of anything. Huh? There is nothing in the room. That is shunya, nothing, no thing. That state is called shunya. When you can, one by one, eliminate everything at the gross level first, then the subtle level inside, even till my ego persists, till the ego dies, till that point. And if that continues, then will be the sunnah. Everything is gone, 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 gone. So not. That's why only one word, Upanishad has used not. Swamiji uses in the song, not nahi shurjo, nahi jyoti, not, there is no sun, nahi shurjo, nahi jyoti, there is no light, there is no sun, there is no light. Nahi shashanka sundaro, neither this beautiful earth, shashanka sundara. Good, thank you for reminding. Shashanka, moon, not the earth. Nahi shashanka, then sun is not there, but we are charmed with the moon. But moon is not there. And then reject everything like that. And then what will it? Then you're in mental plane in the bhase, bome, chaya, samo. In your mental plane, this external world is gone. But then you enter into a mental plane, and there you have imagination. Many things are coming up, and they are all real to you. In the dream time, and so many things come, and you feel so much reality. So it is also, it comes up and grows and dances there. Then what happens? And that flow of materials, the thought is also gone. And then what will remain? What will remain? That will remain. We cannot say what is this. So, that's why Upanishad always it says not this, negation. First negation. If you make a mistake in first not negating thing, you come to the conclusion of a Jivan Mukta, then it will be a misunderstanding, and that will not give freedom to anyone. It will be another bondage again. Now, next verse. Obhyase ramate nityam, obhyase ramate nityam, mano dhyano layangatam, mano dhyano layangatam, bandha moksha dvayang nasti, bandha moksha dvayang nasti, Jivan Mukta Sauchate, Jivan Mukta Sauchate. Obhyase ramati nityam. Abhyas means practice, repeated practice. Abhyas. Abhyas is a very great guidance for all the spiritual seekers. Patanjali says, Abhyaso vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. That Patanjali says that your mind is disturbed. If the mind is calm, then you can see the substratum within, under the bottom of the lake. But if the surface of the lake is rippled, you cannot see what is underground. So he says, Abhyasa and Vairagyabhyam. Two things you have to do for calming down the mind or attaining that samadhi. How? Abhyasa, repeatedly practice. And Vairagya means detach. Why detach is negativity. Why not this, detach. Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam. Abhyasa is a fundamental thing. For anything, no? You are a cook. You perfect yourself by cooking day by day. Your skill develops. You are a carpenter. Your carpentry becomes more perfect and perfect as practice. A musician becomes more perfect by practice. Any profession we take in our life, by repeated practice. A spiritual life also, practice. Abhyas. Abhyasu vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grijyate Gita. Exactly says the same idea. This is to be practiced. Abhyasena to Kaunte. Oh Kunti Nandan. Oh Arjuna. You are to practice, practice, practice. What practice? Practice what Guru has told you. Or in Vedantic way, everything is non-existing. Only reality is Satchidananda. And Satchidananda is appearing to you in so many forms. So don't get allured by the forms and names, but go to the content, which is Satchidananda. So, Abhyase Ramate Nityam. I am a Brahmagyani, I am a Jivan Mukta. I don't find any interest to come to any discussion, talk about God. I don't like to talk. I am to, there is some danger. It is to understood something wrong is there. I am a musician, but where is music, I don't like to go there. I like eating, but where there is a good meal, I don't go there. That does not make a sense that you really you love food. I love ice cream, but where there is plenty of ice cream served, I don't go there. It cannot be like that. So Jivan Mukta is a obhyas, and if you perfect, then nityang ramate, they find great joy in this practice. Even they have assessed, no? So that story is there. Our Tutapuri was cleaning the water vessel. He used to say, you have to shine the water pot because it gets stained. Every day we do our Thakur vessels, and we have to clean it, wash it and clean it every day. Spot, to make spotless. It is clean, but to keep it clean, you have to continue, because you live in the world of duality. So least little bit, dirty things comes around. Of course, Ramakrishna said, if it is made of gold, then what will happen? You need not, but no stains. But still stain comes, no? Little bit. So, Obhyas. Obhyas is necessary for a student like us who have not attained to that state of perfection. And after attaining that state of perfection also, they have a practice. What? They don't practice then, but their previous practice forces them to behave the same way. Say a music teacher. He learned music like a student, long years under guidance of a good ustad, no? And then when he starts teaching, then what he does? His teaching itself is a practice. He does not need any practice, but that practice has become so spontaneous with him. He is going, he will be, and all the musical notes and things, they will be, or raga, he will be playing in his own mind, he will be singing the raga. So it becomes spontaneous. You need not to have to practice. Practice leads to such a position that practice dictates your next life. That means you continuously live in that consciousness. So that is the meaning of Abhyase Ramate Nityam. These Jivan Mukta people, they will be always, Nityam means all the time. Ramate means finds great joy. It is not like us, meditation is dry. If it is 1 hour time, how can I spend some time here and there and come for 5 minutes to meditate? No? Or if I meditate, 1 hour and how much my attention gets digressed to what is going on. That is not meditation. It should be, you should find little joy in meditation. How it will come? That comes again under the category that your mind is becoming pure. Your mind is becoming analytical. The mind is learning to discard something which is impermanent, to attach to something that is Atman or Paramatman, which is eternal. So this practice, abhyase ramate nittam. And this practice, when it is done, as we said, what is the tool? Where will you practice? Your mind. Your mind is the tool. Using your mind, you analyze. Nittam, all the time. Just I said now that from morning we get up till we go to bed. From the day we are born till we die. This practice should be so intense all the time. And then practice will create a mind. Mano dhyanolangatam. Then that mind will be absorbed in meditation. First we are making an effort. I will meditate, I will sit, I will go, I will think. But we forget. Again we do. Practice. Then repeated practice, when it intensifies, then mind will be getting absorbed. As much absorption will come, so much joy will come from within. So much joy can be. Like the honey. The bees can suck the honey. When absorbed, when it's running here and there around the flower, that bee does not enjoy the honey. But when it sits in one place and concentrates on there and forgets the other world and then sucks the honey, gradually gets inclined into it, and it becomes deeper and deeper. That concentration deepens, it becomes dhyana. Dhyana intensifies, becomes samadhi, absorption. And then when they come back, then the mind is pure. It has gone through the process of shodhana. It is called the manas shodhana. Shodhana means purification of the mind. Purification process is always troublesome. No one wants to go through the purification process. Everyone wants to be a perfected one without going through, no? Purification process, suppose you take a piece of nugget of gold, no? And you see the goldsmiths, how they prepare ornament out of it. They take the nugget of gold and purify. How they purify? He will put into the nitric acid. When our life, when God wants to purify us, first he puts into nitric acid. And then the nugget says, oh, I am a good guy. Why so much suffering for me? God will make you a wonderful ornament. Others will remain as nuggets. No one will look at them. But God has chosen you to make you a great, good, wonderful ornament. And then cleaning process starts. Nitric acid. Then what they do? They put it under the flame with the blow lamp. I don't know what they do now. In early days, they blow lamp in the flame and melts the nugget. Nugget says, I am gone, I am burned, I am dead. No? But it will not allow. It will go on melting and making flatter. And not only that, now they being chisel and hammer, cutting this corner, cutting that corner. My God, he will say, why, O Lord, don't for me this trouble going on? Others are happy. And you are putting me in all this trouble. And when the ornament comes out gold, everyone looks at the ornament and no one looks at the nuggets. Jivan Muktas are the people. But that process is very serious process. People will ignore, people will criticize, people will misunderstand. But one should be nityam mano ramate abhyase. Mind should find joy in that processing when you go through the process and willingly accept. I will accept this path. Whatever hustle is there, that is not the important. Important is I will have to accept this and move on. Abhyase ramate nityam. And then mono, then that mind will be dhyanolaya. It will be absorbed in dhyana. And then when dhyana means your forgetfulness about this other identity is natural, you will be laya means absorbed in dhyana. And when you reach that point, dhyanolaya, then what happens? Bandhamoksha dayang nasti. Then there is no bondage for you and no question of freedom also. Freedom, concept of idea of freedom comes when? When you think you are bound, you need to be freed. But when you reach that place of absorption in God or in your Atman, then where is bondage? It is all joy. Bondage is there. I want something and someone is blocking me. But when the mind gets absorbed into the consciousness inside and gets lost into that, where is the bondage of the person? And where is the freedom? For what freedom? From which thing to be freed? It is only one reality, Satchidananda. So that conviction comes to the heart. And that Jivan Mukta Sauchate. So these are great guideline for our regular life. It is not for reading the book as such, no? But how we can imply and apply in our day-to-day life this philosophy. That Abhyase ramate, it is necessary that we should practice. One point, not practice with grudge or discomfort or frustration, but with joy. Abhyase ramate. And that will be not one day. Today my mind was very good, I saw this, I saw that, I felt this. No, nothing. All the time you'll have to, that's why it is Brahma Jnana. All the time is called, it will never leave. So that practice is to continue nityam. And following this nitya practice, continuous practice, that mind gets absorbed in dhyana. And that dhyanolaya state will be neither there is bondage for that person, he does not feel I am bound in any way, and not feel I need to be free from this entanglement. There is no bondage, no freedom. No freedom means, when you say bondage, there is a freedom. When is freedom, what you are asking, you have a concept of bondage. Therefore, there is no concept of freedom, neither the concept of bondage. That person is called Jivan Mukta. That's why they are free. Free means they have no, nothing to fear, nothing to expect, nothing to lose, nothing to gain. That person is the bravest person in the world, no? I don't care anything, I don't expect anything. Like we are reading in the Bhagavad, no? He does not care for anything. Whether he will be praised or he will be put into trouble, whether he will be asked to make the ground ready for tilting, like a, what you call, the cows till the paddy field. So he is asked to do that. But he does whatever it comes, not thinking about bondage, freedom. He is absorbed in his own self. That is called the Jivan Mukta Sauchate. So 15 verse I will suggest, that is the good thing to remember, that you have to do the practice continuously, and that practice should be ever joyful. And that practice is to absorb your mind in the Paramatman, the Supreme Self. We call Ramakrishna as a personal God, but he is no other than the Satchidananda Brahman. It is the Ananda Rupa. So that, not thinking of Sri Ramakrishna as a man or a woman or a person, but the embodiment of consciousness. Chit, Gana, Kai is the embodiment of Chaitanya, consciousness, embodiment of Ananda. Thinking that and always finding joy in meditating that way, day and night, And when their mind can get totally lost into that consciousness, that person who is practicing, he remains no question of his bondage. So there is no question of his freedom also. That means they are ever free. Whether they think, whether they sit, walk, talk, or whatever they do, it is always the same. 16th verse. Ekaki ramate nityam, ekaki ramate nityam, svabhava gunavarjita, svabhava gunavarjita, brahma jnana rasasvado, brahma jnana rasasvado, jivan mukta sauchate, jivan mukta sauchate. Ekaki ramate, that person does not depend on anybody. How we depend for anything. If I am a little sick, I'll say, oh, will you do this? Will you bring my soup? Will you bring my medicine? Will you do that? If I am not sick, good. Then also we are dependent on. Ekaki, free. Like a lion roams in the, Swami Vivekananda said, a lion roaming in the forest, no? He's alone. So spiritually, they are so dignified, they remain alone. Swami Vivekananda, one part of his lifetime, he wanted to move alone, whole of India. But his brother monks love him so much. So wherever he goes, they come to join. And Swamiji sometimes very harshly scolded them. Don't follow me. Akhandananda Swami said, don't follow me. So, and he used to change his name also, so that they could not recognize. They will go anywhere, they say, oh, in this place there is where great Swami came. He knows English, his knowledge is this, that. They used to say, who can be that man? Maybe our brother Vivekananda. Then, but by that time he knows that Vivekananda came here and he runs in another place. So ekaki. How much fearful to be ekaki, no? What is the problem of the current age? The newspaper I was reading the other day. Today's problem is the ekakitva problem. To be alone, I am alone. Nobody to look after me. Who will do what? No. This is a fear. But this is joy for a Jivan Mukta. Ekaki. I am alone. I don't carry any identification with anyone. I don't have any responsibility for it, and I don't ask anybody to be responsible for me. You be free, I be free. That inner spirit comes. They are not arrogance, but they know I remain in my God consciousness. And I don't need anything, and rather those are obstacles in my life. So ekaki ramate. Joyfully he moves around the world alone. Nityam, all the time. How? Swabhava gunavarjita. Which is swabhava, means a natural tendency. Everyone has natural tendency. But when one realizes God, his natural tendencies still pushes him in the prarabdha. Suppose a person who is a teacher. So even if he is in forest, he will teach somebody. His svabhava. If he is a businessman, he will give business ideas. Brahmajnani, but that's okay, because his previous sanskaras are there. So long he works in the duality, he will maybe, but they are detached from that. So svabhava guna, they are purified. That guna is forcing us to behave in the way, though we meditate, though we come out by our nature, again forces us to behave like that. But these people, ekaki, ramate nityam, and they have svabhava guna varjita. They roam around, not pushed by the impulses of their past thoughts and actions, sangaskaras. They live free from sangaskaras, they move around. And how they know? Brahma Jnana Rasa Asado. How they become alone? No one can be alone. They extract the juice, the nectar of the knowledge of Brahman. Brahma Jnana Rasa Asado. Asado means tasting. Rasa means the sweetness, the nectar of Brahma Jnana. Brahma Jnana, knowledge of Brahman, Rasa, that sweetness which comes out of that. One attains Brahma Jnana, that so sweetness comes out of it, nectar, it is Ananda Sarup. And who can taste that? Brahma Jnana Rasa Sadhu. Because he tastes so much inside joy, no? And is supported from within so much. He does not need anybody in the outside world. Rather, they feel disturbed if people come too much towards them. There are many sadhus, they want to live silently because they don't want to be disturbed, because they are rasa sadhu. Asada means, you imagine, you are very sweet, something which you love. You taste it like a sipping little bit, no? Your mind gets so much absorbed in it. Those who are, suppose I am giving the example of ice cream. Ice cream, those who eat 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, they don't understand the ice cream. Ice cream, they understand, they take it in a spoon and touch in a tongue and enjoy it little by little. No? So, thinking of the Satchidananda, Brahma Jnana, Brahmananda, they get so much absorbed and absorbed and absorbed and absorbed. So they don't need anybody who is supporting them. He does not care for that. He does not crave for that. And he does not reject also whatever comes, because his mind is not there. But you have to understand, we talked about that he does not care for anything, not the word. Actually, his mind is so absorbed in experiencing the juice, the sweetness, the nectar-like bliss of Satchidananda inside, that they have no portion of the mind to think of external anything, dependence. So they are free person. They are the really free person. And that free person is called the Jivan Mukta Sa Uchate. He is called the Jivan Mukta. Others are all bound, but he is the person who is Jivan Mukta. Why? Because we are, as I said, that we are all limited by our strength, physical, mental, emotional, intellectual. We need support always. Mental support, intellectual support, monetary support, physical support. We need health support. That's why all health institutions, no? So many hospitals, school running for what business? So big thing is going on there. So, but we are dependent on that. But Brahmajnani also, maybe, but they don't depend on this, because they enjoy the bliss, the sucking from within, and they are expert in enjoying the inner peace, inner joy, inner tranquility. So, ekaki ramate, they roam around alone in the world. Nityang, all the time they enjoy the bliss within. And swabhava, guna barjita, free or bereft from his natural swabhava, guna, the tendencies or the qualities, the person's quality, no? When they become absorbed in this, they don't justify, I come from this poor family, they don't identify there. I come from this rich family, they don't identify with that. I am a highly educated person, I am in this PhD from Harvard. He does not identify that way. Or he says, I didn't go to school, that they don't identify. That means they don't identify with anything in the level whether in lower or higher or highest platform of the experience of life. They only depend on inside, and they experience, suck the energy of peace and joy from within, and that person is called Jivan Mukta, free while living in the body. Okay, so we'll end here. 16 verse we end here today. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Okay, so if you have any question, and tomorrow will be our gospel class, and I will be giving the class, okay, at 7:30 p.m. Please join us. Huh? Huh? Jivan Mukti, we told that one saintly person, his name was what I said before, is Dattatreya. Given the son of sage Atri and Anusuya, the sage, their son was Dattatreya, and he's a considered one of the incarnation or something like that, very high position. If you have any question, then ask now. কোথায় গেল? চলে গেছে। If I cannot get out of Maya because of my ignorance, attachments and fears, what will become of me when pralaya comes? Will I be destroyed or go to a bad place? If I cannot get out of Maya, yes, we are, not you only, all of we, that does not get away of Maya. Why? Because of my ignorance. Yes, ignorance. So what? Attachment and fears? Yes. We are bound because of our fear, our attachment, our ignorance, no? If it happens, what will happen if pralaya comes? Pralaya, pralaya means total dissolution. Nothing will happen. We'll all go back in the causal form, and when again creation will start, we'll start from there again, journey will, you go, what is called hybrid, hybrid no, what is called hibernation. We go to hibernation. If you go to the east coast, see that trees are hibernating for so many months. Huh? No leaf, nothing. No, it appears they are all dead. But the whole energy is stored somewhere else. That is, for them it is death. So for us it will be death. This physical body will go, mind will go and everything, no? Mind will not go. They remain same. It is your involution. It will go back to your causal form. Like I give you the example. Take the watch, and the spring is there in the watch, no? You stretch it. What will happen? You see it is big one, this much. It is only circles of spring. And now, this is the manifested universe. Now, when you go to sleep, it reduces, it becomes little less. And when you are in deep sleep, it merges into the cycle. Only in the thin 0.1 millimeter thick that circles. No? So, whole world, where does it go? The world does not go anywhere. World is there all in the coil. And coiled up, it's called involution. Evolution, involution. So you will be in the involved state. And when again pralaya will end and creation will start, then we will start again germinating from there. Our life will start from there. As I give the common example to understand more easily, so when we go for a driving, and I know destination, in between that destination is something, our mind get digressed by our own choice, or like this, rain, heavy rain, roadblock, mudslide, danger, so you take an exit and you stay some hotel for 1 night, 2 nights, 5 nights, prolong your time, and when it clears out, then you start again from there. Journey ends there, starting point becomes the journey. Question: I understand that cultivating the heart alone is needed for finding God and attaining Jnana Bhakti Moksha. How should we cultivate the heart? This is, as we just read today, practice, practice, practice. Ramakrishna said, God is all love, no? So love God. And how? For me, God is not love. For me, ice cream is better than God. I like more ice cream than God, no? If someone gives me ice cream, how much I get excited? Do I get excited when I come to shrine, or I'll meditate? Mind will be jumping like that? So it does not happen. But we have to practice, practice, practice. It will happen one day. And that practice is the cause of growing love for God. And also, Viveka Vairagya, as we are reading every time, very important in spiritual life. We have to first analyze Viveka, what is permanent, what is impermanent, what is good for me, what is detrimental for me, what is spiritually uplifting for me, what is pulling me down from my spiritual growth. So analyze, analyze, analyze. This is the first part. And second part is more important. Mere analyzing is not good. But I will try to give up that which is detrimental and go for that which is good for me. That courage, that strength, that power. That's the vairagya. These two things should continuously go, and prayer, devotionally prayer. Oh Lord, give me love, give me devotion. Ramakrishna teaches us all the time, no? Always say that I have nothing, Uma, give me devotion, give me love. I wish to be like that, but my samskaras are not allowing me. Help me, help me. Prayer will do. Analysis is very important. It should be coupled Jnana Mishra Bhakti. That's why it is better to have, as Ramakrishna said, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Bhakti, devotion, mixed with Jnana. Jnana is what? Unreal, real. Unreal, real. Unreal, real. If it is unreal, why shall I go there? No, I won't. Have the courage. No, I don't want. I want this. This is the vairagya. And but I try to do vairagya, but my old tendencies pull it back again. Then, oh Lord, I try. Please, you please help me, so that I can be successful in this endeavor. Then bhakti and all will generate together by God's grace. Okay, thank you all for joining. And with this weather, is not so good, but still some of you have come. Thank you all. Jai Ma. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.